Okay, we're out here in the testing facility. We're in my yard. We're in the back corner where I like to hang out. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna look at a few knives that I absolutely would trust my life to. Now, these are not just folding knives. There are no folding knives in this, I should say, because we're talking about like outdoor knives, like going up into the mountains like I did when I shot that clip for the big video that we did a few days ago. These are knives that I absolutely trust. And we're going to do this as one big long shot, but there are going to be close-up views of the knives. So with that being said, the first and foremost, I basically have to say, has got to be the knife that I designed for that purpose. This is my design. You're looking at it from above there. These have G10 handles, titanium hardware, 20 CV blade that's done at a pretty good Rockwell. Now, these were designed to be an alternative to a combat knife, if you want to say that. This is more of a combat utility. It was done so that you could use this if you needed to as a defensive or offensive weapon. However, it was truly designed to be something that fit the bill for anything you would need to do in the camp, be it combat, or be it just making like tent stakes and things like that that you would want, you know, cutting line and things like that. The problem with a lot of the combat knives were they were just too big and bulky. And so I designed something that was a little bit more nimble, but still functional in that combat role if you needed it to be. And that's where this came from. So this was done for me by We Knife Company. They did an incredible job translating my, my custom design into a fixed blade, and it came with Kydex sheath. They did come with a style tech lock, better than the one that was on that knife that people told me that I screwed it up because I didn't know how to use it. Absolutely great. You can put soft loops on it. You can scout carry it. It's not too big to be carried scout carry small the back or on the either side of the body. So I thought I kind of came up with a pretty good design. You've got all this stuff. You can see the redacted tang, but the thing is there's enough of that tang exposed that you can use it as a striking implement if you need to. So there's our first one, my design, the Stonefish by We Knife Company. But I have one here that recently came to me from my new friend Scab over at Choir Boys Cutlery. And this is a knife that 100%, absolutely, you're gonna notice something about all these knives except two when I mention this. This, and one of the reasons why I trust these knives, this is the Grizzly by Work Tough Gear. Now we're gonna look at it close from above. This is a beast. You got G10 handles. This is done in K329 steel, which is not a steel I've heard a lot about or seen many knives in, but it is done brilliantly. There is no doubt in my mind that this knife would hold up to the rigors of anything I needed to do that would require a knife that I trust with my life. This thing is great for chopping. It still is great. You can get up on it. You can do some planing and woodwork. You can use it as a draw knife because you've got plenty of blade to stay secure on, and you can draw back and use it as a draw knife if you need to do something. You can stick it in a piece of wood really, really well and then use it as a knife like that, like as a draw knife, doing it that way. It's really robust. It's fairly thick behind the edge, but not too thick behind the edge to prevent it from doing a lot of tasks that you would want in a campsite. This thing has got a lot of forward weight. It's really easy to chop with. So that means, like I said in the big video that we did, hang on a second. Well, guys, I honestly don't remember what I was saying about this coat of this Grizzly by Work Tough Gear, because when I came back from getting a drink of water, I tried to cut my thumb off with it, which is a safety point. Please, guys, if you're doing videos, whatever you're doing, if you've got a knife and it's out of its sheath, don't put it somewhere where you might put your hand. It was a stupid mistake on my part. But back to what I was saying about this. This knife, not only does it do the small duty task, this is a knife that you could do chopping and things like this. It'll work as a machete if you're in a swampy area and things like that. It is absolutely an incredible outdoors knife, and it's one that I 100% say you can trust your life to, because it's a very robust knife. One of the things that you're gonna see here is most of these knives, for the majority, except for two, are full tang. And the thing you get with a full tang knife is it's one solid piece. The scales have been put on top. So you got a very, very robust, very solid knife. This one is a little bit bigger than a lot of people would like. But can you take this out and use this as a camp knife and as a task knife and get everything you want out of it? Yeah. Can you rely on this and trust your life to it? Yeah. Like I said, if you're in a survival task, you need something to draw a knife with, it'll work great. It cuts flesh really well. So if you need to cut meat, I know for a fact, I'll put some pictures at the end of all the blood that's all over my kitchen that I just had to clean up. So yeah, there you go. The Grizzly by Work Tough Gear, another incredible knife that I would absolutely trust my life to. The next one is a little bit smaller of a knife. It is the Cold Steel Pendleton Classic. What is it? The Pendleton Custom Classic. So it's based off the Lloyd Pendleton design. It's got his markings. This is not a knockoff. This is one that they got with Lloyd Pendleton, got with him, and got it released as one of their designs. It's a beautiful knife that's done in, as you can see, like we're looking down at it, micarta. The bolsters on it are beautiful. The blade is done in the Sanmai 3 construction. This thing is absolutely a knife that, while it's more of a hunting style knife, still could be used as a survival knife. It's got enough of the thickness and things you want. Full tang. It's got these beautiful micarta handles that fit your hand just about perfectly for what you'd want to do for outdoor use. These little grooves in the bolsters allow you to get up on that bolster and pinch it and get on it and have a very secure grip, because they're divoted out enough that you can get your fingers in them. And then you can just bear down and cut. But even with it being fairly thick blade stock, you've got a very good cutting edge and angle. They did a really good job of just hogging out that material down to bring it down to a very, very good edge. It comes with a nice leather sheath. These are harder to find. I think that the Securex sheaths are what they're putting on all of these now, but these leather sheaths that they used to put on their knives are made in Japan. Absolutely some of the best leather sheaths you're ever going to find. You're going to see one in a little bit because it just came back from over at Scab's house. Speaking of which, Scab, thanks. That's my knife now, because it bit me, and it bit me with authority. It's like a pit bull bite. So there you go. This one, the Lloyd Pendleton Custom Classic by Cold Steel. Absolutely a great, great knife, especially if you're a hunter. This just kind of fits the bill for everything you'd want for a hunter. So there's that one. Now this next knife is not a full tang. The next two aren't. They're the only ones on this list that aren't. But it's 100% because this knife has been around for a very long time. It has stood the test of time, and it's the Buck 119 Special. 80 years plus this knife has been around. If you are, as long as you're not trying to do something crazy and over the top with this, this should hold up. I have heard people talk about the hidden tang on this cracking or the handles cracking, but these are done in an epoxy handle. Really big grips on this, so you've got a very good, very stable grip. Beautifully done blade. I've had people tell me that this, oh, it's crappy 420 steel, but the heat treat that Buck Knives has done on these knives are great. They do a very good job, like Cold Steel does with some of the other things. And it's like, see, you can see you're looking at it from above. You can see it's a gorgeous knife. Or you did look at it from above. I don't know how I'm going to edit it yet. But they're done with this nice hollow. They've got that distinct look to them that gives them that tactical look and feel, but they're just a beast of an outdoor knife and have been for decades. The 420 steel on this does take a very good edge. It does hold it very well. And the people that I've heard complain about it, I really don't think they understand what they're talking about. 420 can be a crappy steel. I have yet to have a problem with this. I've cut a lot with this. I did a lot of heavy cutting with it, and it has held its edge very well. So overall, this knife is one that is more along the lines of the Lon Humphrey Custom that I had. I'm not going to bring it out in this video because it's been in the last few videos, but that's another one. But it's more of an outdoors, smaller outdoors knife. So just awesome, awesome all-around knife. So there's that one, the Buck 119 Special. So we got two left. So this next one is one that I've had for a while. They are getting harder to find. This one is in new old stock. This is a Puma Stag buoy. Now this is This was an older knife that I found new in box, and I was able to get it for a very good price. I don't 100% think they make these in Germany anymore, but you can look at it from above here. You can see it is a gorgeous knife. This one is also done in 420 steel. I'm sorry, this is a 440 steel, 440C. And it's held up really well. It takes a very good edge. It's not something that, like, with it being in 440, I don't know how much like heavy duty chopping I would do, but it's pretty robust. It's done in a saber grind. It's got a good bit of meat behind the edge, but it still comes down to a really nice edge. I have had zero issues with chipping or anything on this knife. I did do a lot of chopping with it. I carried this knife for a long time. I carried this when I was in the military because I didn't like the knives that we had gotten issued. I had ordered this, it came, I got it sent to me, and this was actually, I carried this in uniform. I wasn't really supposed to, but I did it anyway, and I had a great knife that I knew I could rely on. So if you can find one of these, you can, I mean, I guarantee it's gonna do anything you want. It's pin construction with these huge hand-hammered rivets that are in it. You can see, like, maybe I'll bring it back up, I don't know. But you can see it, they're all hand-hammered rivets. It's got the Stag, the tang on it. It's a full tang. It's got a big lanyard hole on it if you want to put a lanyard on it, and it comes with one of the best all-around sheaths on the market. It's got a snap here. It also has a spot where you can run this through your lanyard hole so you can actually lash it to the sheath like a 2-point instead of having 2 snaps. Great knife. It's got a leg like for around your legs so that your sheath doesn't slap around. It is a great knife. If you can find one, you're not going to regret getting one of these old school Puma Stag buoys that are still made in Germany. So that takes us to our last knife. Now, this is a knife that I've loved for years and had one when I was active duty. I lost it. I got another one from one of the subscribers, sent it to me as a birthday gift. And it is another Cold Steel. It's the Cold Steel R1 Military Classic. And I say I would trust my life with this knife because I've done it before. I carried this. This was a knife that I carried. I replaced a Randall Model 1 with it because the Randall Model 1 had started to rust. But you can see from above what you're looking at is very similar knife to the Randall Model 1. As a matter of fact, it is an homage. It's almost 1-for-1. It's got this beautiful canted blade. This is more of a combat style knife. Could it be used as a camp style knife? Yes. I carry this knife on night walks when I go for a walk with the dog, because we have mountain lions in my area, we have coyotes in my area, and so this is something that I absolutely carry. And it has yet to fail me. It is not a full tang, it's a hidden tang inside these beautiful micarta handles that are done, polished enough to be like showcase looking, but still give you a really good grip, even with sweaty hands. It's not as aggressive as other micarta, but they did such a good job allowing it to still be grippy, but then showing the beauty of the micarta. The big cross guard on it allows you to get up on it like this, like a sub hilt. You get all the way up in that choil, and then you're locked in because the other side of the guard is on the back side. In reverse grip, there's a finger choil for that, and then you still have the cross guard in your hand so that, like you said, like it was designed for stick and rip. And the San Mai on these knives sharpens up really well. It holds an edge really well, and it takes an aggressive edge. This one's about at 1,000 grit. It is scary how sharp it is. I love the feel of a good aggressive edge. Some steels, they just don't seem to get that aggressive edge unless you're in just a really coarse edge, and you don't get that with the San Mai from Cold Steel. Cold Steel has made so many knives that I absolutely would trust my life to every day and twice on Sunday. So guys, that's it. That's all of it. I just wanted to do this quick. I wanted to do it with a new camera. I wanted to do it out here in the yard because it's a beautiful day. It's a little hot in the studio. I can still film being out here. You guys can still enjoy it. So if you like the videos, give them a damaged thumbs up. If you don't like the videos, tell me why. I can't change them if you don't tell me what you don't like. Subscribe, share the videos. Check out all the affiliate links down below. That's how I sponsor this. This channel is self-sponsored. That's what generates revenue for the channel. There's a bunch of affiliate links down there. There's an Amazon store. If you want to purchase knives, please use those links. I've got most of the major vendors. I also have got 2 links down there. They used to be sponsors, but now they're just affiliates, but they have 10% built into their links. It's Coffee Brand Coffee, Tempered Trail. Coffee Brand Coffee is some of the best coffee you're ever gonna find. Tempered Trail making some of the best outdoor gear, including hand-stitched wallets. He made a purse for my daughter that came out amazing. And the laces that are just almost unbreakable. And then I have a 10% coupon code that is crazysharp, all one word, all lowercase. It'll save you 10% at KATSU Knives, 10% at Rosecraft Blades, 10% at Fair & Forge Knife Works. I have a membership down below if you want to support the channel, get in under those benefits, check those out. And I have a public Discord. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section. It's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video. Now I got to debate whether this needs a couple stitches or not.